Hello and welcome to my first CSS tutorial to help you hide elements on your website. I actually came across doing this while working on my own site and trying to hide certain things, change elements, things like that. But another member recently posted a question. In fact, I think I have it still up. How do I remove the featured images from blog posts? So this particular person wanted to remove an image on the actual post, but leave the featured image set so that when they went to their web page, the little thumbnail still showed up properly. And apparently their theme, like many themes, when you set a featured image, would also add that featured image as a big image right at the beginning of the post. And this particular user didn't want that big image there because it was way too big and it would force the user to scroll down before they even saw any real content. So I went ahead and tried to help them out, and one of the codes didn't work, so I asked to actually view their site and see how it was tagged so I could write the code appropriately, because sometimes themes, well, a lot of the times themes are not standardized. So what one theme may refer to a certain item with a certain tag, another theme may call it something else. So the easiest way to do this is to take a look at your pages, see what the items are tagged as or called, and then apply the appropriate code. So I'm going to go ahead and do it with my particular site. And what I recommend is to use Chrome to do this, because Chrome has a really cool feature. So here's one of my page posts, right? It's called Hello World. This is on my test site. And as you can see, my featured image is put up in the header and again down here. I think that's a little repetitive. When I go to change the picture, it changes both of them. So I'd like to remove this smaller one and just leave the header. So what I'm going to do is I'm here in Chrome and I'm viewing my page. I'm going to go to the three dots over here, and then I'm going to go to More Tools, and then I'm going to go to Developer Tools. And what that does is it splits it down. I still see my site here, but now it gives me the code as well. And as you mouse over everything, it highlights the various pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go here. Okay, so it's in the page class, so we're going to expand that. And then scroll down, scroll. Oh, okay, it looks like we're in the content post page area. So I'm going to expand that. Oh, and then it's down in the grid container. See how as I mouse over it highlights the different sections? So now I'm going to go down here, and then it's in this row, and then down. Oh, looks like it's in there. Down, down. Okay. Down, down. Again, let's spread that out. Looks like it's this one. So you have to keep going down until you get to the actual last piece, right? Because if you hide something up here, it's going to hide the whole section, which may include other data, like, let's see here. See how it's also including the hello world and everything? So I want to keep mousing down until I'm on just the one individual piece. So this one's also still including hello world. Ah, looks like it's this one, image, blah, 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 which makes sense because it's an image. So if you click on that, you're going to get this little line down here with all kinds of nifty stuff, right? So what I'm looking at here is £post-1 means this particular post, and we'll come back to that later in the tutorial here. But what I want to tell you is look at this last line here and just look for the last period. So .wp-post-image, right? So that's what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to go back to my site and edit it. So I'm in my site here. I'm going to go to Appearance. I'm going to go to Customize. Now in many themes, once you go to Customize, you can scroll right down to the bottom and there's an additional CSS place to put it. And this takes a while because this theme is really heavy actually, so it takes a while to load here. But in this particular theme, I actually have to go to a sub-menu before I see additional CSS, and I think it's called Page Content. So it may differ a little bit, so let's see here. Is it Page Content? No, it's General Settings, I think. There it is, Additional CSS. So let me go back again. What did we call it? .wp-post-image. Okay. So now if I go .wp-post-image and then open curly and say display, oops, if I can type, :none, exclamation important. And important may or may not be needed, but this tells CSS this rule overwrites all other rules. Even if they say important inside your code somewhere else, because this is the last file loaded, it's going to overwrite it. So it may or may not be needed depending on how your theme is coded, but just take a look at that. So now we're saying hide anything that has the class WP post image. So if I hit publish here, now it says publish. Let's go ahead and go back and refresh this. That smaller image should now be gone. And it is. But see, everything else remains. So my hello world and all that remained. Now this is great, but I want to show you something. If I go to my next post, it hid it here too. Maybe I don't want this second one hidden. Maybe I only wanted that first one hidden. So let me go back to that first one. And remember that #post1, this says only on this particular page or post. So I'm going to go back and edit my code. And right in front of the .wp, I'm just going to say #post-1, I think is what it was. Let me just double check that. Post-1 is correct. And I'm going to hit publish. So now what it's saying is hide WP post image on just post-1. So let me go back, let me hit refresh. It should still be hidden here, and it is. I'm going to go to categories, go to my hello world 2, and that's no longer post 1, and look, it didn't hide it on that page. So now I've specifically told it only on a certain page. You may want that, you may not want that. If you don't want that, take out that #post. But as you can see, this one is called actually post 71, some random number, don't know why. But that's how you can actually limit it to a certain page. Now you've got to be careful here, because if you decide to do it on all posts, then WP post image may be used somewhere else, right? It may not just be on post pages, it might be on regular pages, or whatever else you can think of. Your home page maybe refers to this WP post image somewhere. So if that's the case, what you're going to want to do is go back up to the body and look at the class. And any one of these classes match posts, right? So single or single-post. Or post ID 71. Now that particular one matches only this particular post ID. So what I'm going to do here is, let's take a look. Post template default, single, single post, single format standard, yada, 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 and that post ID 71. So now let me go back to my other one and take a look at the body class. Post template default. Okay, so that's the same. Single, single post, post ID 1. Single format. So everything else in the post except for the post ID is identical. So you could use any one of these tags, I like single personally, to say only on posts. But you have to be careful, because again, other pages may have some of these tags. They shouldn't, but they might. So what you might have to do is compare what other page you're having a problem with, if it's your home page or whatever. So if we go to home, for example, and we look at body class, okay, I don't see single, I don't see, post page or whatever it was called. So it definitely doesn't match this class. So we're okay, I think, on limiting it to just posts by using one of the classes listed in posts. So let's go back. And let's just take single. That's the one I like, single. So now I'm going to go back and edit my post again. And I don't want it limited to post 1. I do want it on all posts. So I'm just going to say .single. And what that tells it is, hey, .single, you got to match that, and you've got to match WP post image. So when I publish this, and I go back to my site and I refresh it, okay, well, I do match single, single right there. And I do match, where is it? WP post image. So I've matched both of those dot notations, if you will. So now it will hide it on all posts that have the .single in the heading, which all posts do on this particular theme. But it won't hide it for other pages that don't have that single. So, if like this is a post, right? So I'm willing to bet that my page doesn't have single in its title. And it doesn't, right? It has page. So that's how you can lock it down to a certain type of page, post, home page, etc. So you have several options here, and I know this is kind of fast and detailed. So you can either hide the WP post image everywhere on your site. You could limit it to a certain page, right? Or you can limit it to a certain type of page based on those tags. I hope this made sense. This was simply about hiding an item. You can hide anything. You can hide buttons. You can hide, whatever. You just got to find those dot notation tags for it and apply it appropriately. So I just did a specific post image. And like I said, I like Chrome. You can do this in any browser that shows source code. But what I like about Chrome is that it highlights things as I mouse over it, so I can find it easier. So I don't know. Let's see here. We are on sample page, right? So if I wanted to hide, let's see here. Okay, so it's page class, header wrapper, so that image is in the header. It's in here. And I'm willing to bet it's that one here. It says background image, right? So I'm going to do .custom mobile image. And I could do it on pound page site, or I could do it on page, .page. So any page, it would now hide that particular image. And you can do this with all kinds of things, images, buttons, whatever is displayed, right? Even links. I don't know why you'd want to hide links, but you could hide them. I hope this makes sense. If you want to hear more, please leave a comment. I can show you how to change the color of buttons or how to make them do things when you hover over them. Change their color, whatever you want to do. I learned a lot working on my wealthy affiliate promotion site to tweak it just the way I wanted it, so I'm happy to share whatever I can with you. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it and let me know. And if you want to see something else, please make a request. I'd be happy to make another training. Thank you.